Hi guys, how are you today? Do you want
Hi.
some hot cocoa? Hot cocoa and a good book, perfect combination. If you don't know us, this cutie pie is
Arav,
my
and this
cutie
is Titi.
Hi!
Hello.
And we bring to you story number 103. We are going to meet a boy just like Arav who's very curious, and his name is.
I'm also very curious. I keep asking why all the time.
And the boy's name is Gus. Are we ready to meet Gus?
Yay, God.
First, can we sing the story hat song?
Yep. This magic hat is
Shaking, the magic hat is shaking, the magic hat is shaking.
Magic potion.
Say the magic potion. Give me the story, magic hat.
Magic hat appear story.
Here we go. All right. And here Gus is coming to you. All right. Let's go and say hello to Gus. But before we say hello to Gus, we are going to say hello to our friends here. And if you have joined us, if you are new, do say hello
Hi,
to us in the
Needle.
comment section.
Hi,
Manya.
Rihanna.
Hi, Shrika. All right. Hi, Ishika. Great. Should we start? And do enjoy hot cup of cocoa with me as we read the story, okay? All right, let's go. Gus and the secret door. Arav, do you have a secret?
No.
Girls and boys, do you have any secret that you would like to share with us? I think I have few secrets. I'll share with you at the end of story time. This story, Gus and the Secret Door, is written by Marine Gerald, and the pictures are illustrated by Marie. So Gus, can you see Gus? He's having a flower pot on top of his head.
Yeah.
Gus, guys, can you see Gus?
Yeah.
He's with Grandpa and Granny. And do you see a dog there?
Yeah.
And a cat? I think they have a big garden. I would love to live at a house like that.
Yeah.
What about you, Arav?
Me too.
Yeah.
Actually, but when we went to we found our house had a swimming pool. That I did like better.
Yeah. Gus was staying with his granny and grandpa during the holidays, and he loved their old house. Just like I said, I would love to live in a house like this with a garden, with some animals like cats and dogs, and gardening and making your own food.
What happens if a rabbit comes and eats all the
I
carrots?
would love to have a rabbit eat all my carrots. I don't mind. In fact, we can see a rabbit right over there. Can you see a rabbit, guys? See?
What happens if it jumps into your house and eats all your carrots and you have no more carrots to ever sell?
It's okay. I'm happy to share my carrots with the rabbit. One afternoon, Gus spotted a line of ants. Whoa! Can you see the line of ants?
Yeah.
They were marching along the wall at the end of the garden. He kneeled down and watched them quietly. I told you he's curious. He wants to find out where are all the ants going. He noticed that they disappeared behind some bushes. Arav, do they have a secret place
I guess so.
behind the bushes? Gus pushed the bushes aside, and there in front of him was a tiny door. How tiny, you know? This much. As tiny as your ear. This much. How big is your ear? Arav's ear is this much.
And your ear is
Bigger than yours.
So how come is it this much?
Yeah. Now that tiny door was a strange door with no handle and no lock. Gus pushed it as hard as he could, but it would not budge at all. Very mysterious, he thought. Now, do you want to make a guess what's behind that tiny door? Do let us know what do you think. Arav made a guess. What about you? Do you know what's behind that tiny door? Just make a guess. Is it the ant house? Is it a butterfly's house? Is it a bat cave? What is it? Let's find out. The mystery is gonna get solved now.
His grandfather will tell him about it.
At supper time, Gus was still thinking about that tiny door. He asked, "What's that tiny door at the end of the garden?" Where does it lead to? How do you open it? Is there someone on the other side? Look at his questions, never ending. What does it lead to? How do you open it? Is there someone on the other side? His granny said, door? What door? There are no doors at the end of the garden. Then she said, I would rather you did not play down there too much, Gus. It could be dangerous. Like all mommies and grandmommies are worried about the kids, right?
Yeah.
The granny also said that it could be dangerous. Just then, Grandpa cleared his throat as if he was about to say something. Gus looked at him, hoping for an answer about the mysterious door. But Grandpa did not say anything. Poor Gus. Would he ever find out what's behind that mysterious door?
Yes, he would.
Team yes. If you are team yes, let us know in the
I'll
comment
be yes,
section.
you know.
I don't think there is any mystery behind that door. It's just a normal tiny door. I think so. What about you? Do you think there's a mystery behind that door? Let us know
I'm
in the
team
comment
yes.
section.
It's true.
After supper, Gus went to Grandpa's bedroom. He stood at the end of the bed and said, You know about the door, don't you, Grandpa? Grandpa patted the bed and Gus jumped up into the bed. Grandpa said, When I was little, I used to spend a lot of time exploring the garden. And I was very curious. One day, I discovered a little hole in the wall. I looked and I thought I saw some movement on the other side. I called out, Hello, hello, anybody there? But nobody answered. I thought I could hear voices and laughter and even music. Could it be music on the other side of the door?
Yes.
We don't know. Let's find out what Gus is gonna find out and what does Grandpa know. What is this mystery, guys? Do you have any idea? Hi, Han. Okay, team yes. Nirav is team yes. He thinks there's something behind the door. Shika and Kyra also think that there is something behind that
Good.
door.
Good.
Let's find out what does the grandpa know about that door. Grandpa acted out the story as he told it. He said, I tried to make the hole bigger and bigger so I could see through to the other side. But the wall was very hard. For days and days and days, I dug, chipped and scratched the wall. In the end, I borrowed my father's hammer. Have you ever seen a hammer, Tara?
Yeah, I have.
Have you seen a hammer, guys?
Sure.
Do you want to see a hammer? We can get a hammer for you. Okay, Araf's dad is helping us to get a hammer so that we can see you what a hammer looks
I'm
like.
gonna hammer the screen down.
Don't hammer the screen down, please. My heartbeat just shot up. Don't hammer the screen, okay? So Grandpa, he borrowed his father's hammer and he hit the wall so hard that part of it fell down. And that's a hammer,
Look.
guys. Arav is going to give you... Arav, don't hit on the screen, please.
Look, this is like this is the wall. He hit it like that. Like,
Oh, nobody can see, bacha. You have to lift it up. Here.
So-
Arav, no, baby. Listen, we have to make sure that they can see it on the screen, right? So this is what a hammer looks like, okay? Arav, 1 second. Code red. Okay. This is the side you use to hammer, okay? Like this. Hammer, 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 yeah? And this is the side, I don't know what is this used for. If you know, let us know. Now, Arav is going to show you something. Arav, it's dangerous. Be careful.
Okay, so like this is the secret door. Gus used to have and hit it hard like that.
Maybe up. Like that, okay? Now
Yeah.
put the hammer aside. I'm scared that Arav might hit the screen. Hi, Kyra.
What I said, you got scared, haven't you?
Right. So now we know what a hammer looks like, yeah? And Grandpa used the hammer to knock part of the wall down. And then Grandpa discovered... What? Gus leapt to his feet and stood on the bed shouting, What? He was so curious to find out what did Grandpa discover. What did you see, Grandpa? Grandpa was quiet for a moment and then he whispered, "If you want to know, go to the bottom of the garden very, very early tomorrow morning. Knock 5 times on the tiny door and wait." How many times?
5.
That's their code. Knocking 5 times and then the door will open probably. Gus is gonna find out tomorrow morning what's gonna happen. "Off you go to bed now," said Grandpa. And Grandpa slept because he needed some rest. Gus could not sleep only that whole night. He tossed and turned on his bed, feeling hot. When the clock in the hall struck 5 times, ting, 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 he jumped out of the bed and took his torch and tiptoed out of the house. Outside it was dark and very cold. Gus walked quickly down to the end of the garden. By the time he got to the tiny door, he was so scared that he could hardly breathe. He slipped behind the bushes and knocked how many times on the door?
5.
Then he waited. Do you think somebody will open the door?
Yes.
Do you think somebody will open the door? Suddenly, the tiny door shook and creaked open very slowly.
Like this
Like
is
that.
a tiny door and you said
Very slowly it opened with a sound. Nail remover other side, what's that? Oh, it's the nail remover, you know, the tiny nails. Thank you so much, Neelam. Hi, Moksh from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. All right, let's find out what's behind that tiny door. Who's that?
a giant. I'm right.
Oh my God, look at him. He's so big, guys. And he looks funny, right? Look at his hair. Look at his tummy. Look at his hands, also
Look,
big.
it's a giant.
It's a giant. Gus looked through the opening and saw 2 huge feet, 2 legs as big as tree trunks, a big round tummy, and a giant's head. It was a giant, a real enormous giant. Gus froze like a statue. He couldn't move. He could not even blink his eyes. He could not speak. The giant sat down and said, "Hello, my name is Olaf. You must be Gus." Gus could not believe his eyes only. He rubbed his eyes and saw again. Rubbed his eyes and saw again. Rubbed his eyes and saw again. He thought that he was dreaming. But was it a dream?
No.
Was the giant for real?
Yes.
Olaf the giant picked Gus up in his huge hand and placed him gently on his shoulder. Gus looked around him and he saw the world of giants. So many giants behind that tiny door. The trees were huge. They were also completely hollow so that the giants can use them as houses. Their leaves were as soft as feathers and all different colors. What colors do you see in this picture, guys? What colors do you see, Ara? Which ones? Name some of the colors.
Yellow.
Yellow and blue.
Orange.
Orange.
Again yellow.
Again yellow.
Again orange. Again green.
Green, yeah. The sky was bright blue with not a cloud in sight. Gus soon found out why. As soon as a cloud appeared, a giant swallowed it up in one gulp. Arab, that makes me scared. Are all these giants going to swallow Gus as well? Are they going to gobble him up?
I don't know.
Olaf whistled loudly. Hey, I know to whistle. I know how to whistle. Let me try. Olaf whistled loudly, and dozens of giants came to welcome Gus. Hey, they seem like friendly giants. And look at their funny teeth. Yeah?
Yeah.
Look at the way how they have dressed.
Yeah.
They're so different than us, right?
Ross.
The giants were so big and they talked so loudly that they made the ground shake with their voice. All the giants wanted to get to know Gus. So Gus moved from one hand to another, and then to another, and then to another, from one shoulder to another, from one shoulder to another. Then one girl giant with red head began to sing in a very sweet voice. A smaller giant played a strange musical instrument that looked like a gigantic umbrella. Do we see that in the picture? Oh, this one, the orange one, see?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The music made Gus want to dance. Soon, after all the fun with these giants, it was time for Gus to go back to his home. Can Gus tell everybody about the giants, or is it gonna be a secret? What do you think, Arav?
He's going to tell his grandfather, that's it.
He's gonna tell his grandfather.
Then keep listening.
Hey, Sammy says she can whistle too. Sammy, next
Like
time I
this?
meet you, you have to show me your whistle.
Like that? Is that nuts?
Acha, guys, tell me something. If you ever happen to meet a giant like this, you know, behind a tiny door, are you gonna keep it a secret, or are you gonna share it with your friends and everybody?
Keep it a super
Arav, you won't even tell me?
I will tell you. Well, but you must not tell anyone.
Okay, so Arav will share with me and his dad, but he says he won't share with anybody else. Not even your friends? Somebody, Ariman maybe? No? Okay, Arav is not gonna share the secret with any of his friends. Only me. I'm the lucky one, and his dad. What about you? If you had such a secret, like if you found a giant behind a tiny door, would you share it with anybody, or would you rather not share? Let us know in the comment section. Let's find out what happens next. Soon it was time for Gus to go home. Olaf went with him as far as the door. Hey, can you see the tiny door? It's so funny. It's even tinier than Gus. See?
Yeah.
Yeah, so tiny it is, right?
Gus fit through? He's a huge
I think he's
hero.
crawling to go out. Olaf said to Gus, when I was small, I loved playing in the shade of the wall. One day, a little person like you knocked it down. And who knocked the wall down? We all know. Who knocked it down?
His grandfather.
Gus's grandfather.
Hmm.
And the giant said, I immediately became friends with your grandfather. And together we built this little door and we hid it behind the bushes so that nobody could discover our secret. Now, Gus, it's your secret too. And you must not share it with anybody else. Gus said goodbye to Olaf and he hurried back home. He got there just in time for breakfast. But he was so tired that he knocked over his bowl of cereal twice during breakfast. Is he being clumsy?
Yeah.
His granny was worried. Didn't you sleep well, Gus? What happened to you this morning? Did you have a bad dream, Gus? Gus said, oh no, Granny. In fact, I had an amazing dream. Grandpa smiled and whispered to Gus's ear, why don't you come to my room after breakfast and tell me all about your dreams? Because it was Gus and the grandfather's little secret about the big giant. Wow, I love this book. And I'm thinking if I have any secret from Arav which I haven't told him. In fact, I have a lot of secrets.
You haven't told me?
The grandfather was also friends with the giants. That's right.
You haven't told me?
I have not. Guys, do you have any secret that you have not shared with your parents? And if you would like to share with us today during the story time, let us know in the comment section. And your quiz for today is very easy one. How many times did Gus had to knock on the tiny door so that the giants would open it? I'm giving you two options, okay? Is it 7 or is it 5?
It's 7, remember?
Arav, don't misguide them, okay? Arav is whispering the correct answer, yes, into my ears, and he got it right. You can write the correct answer in the comment section, and we are going to declare the quiz winner of the day after that. So I'll repeat the quiz question for you one more time. How many times did Gus had to knock on the tiny door so that the giants would open the door? All right.
Oh.
So we are getting some correct answers. Neerav is always the first one to give the correct answer.
No,
Yeah, Arav and Neerav. Mamta is right as well. So we have 3 winners. Mamta, Neerav, Arav. Swati is also right. 4 winners. So is Neelam. 5. Priyanka, Shrika, 6. Oh, that's Harsha. Harsha is right. So we have 6 winners of the quiz today. Awesome, guys. Thank you for participating in the quiz. And is anybody going to share any secret with us? Okay, I'm going to share one secret with you, which is a naughty secret. And you're not supposed to tell it to my mom because she doesn't know about it. Okay, are we ready?
Yeah.
But Arav knows. So when I was little, right, I had to go to some science tuition very early in the morning, like at 5 a.m. My tuition used to start at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And I was very sleepy in the morning. Yeah. But I had to go to the tuition. So what I used to do, I used to get up, I used to dress up for the tuition, and I used to go to the other room, and I used to go sleep under the bed of the other room. Under the bed, okay? And my mom never found out. I did it for 20 days. I got up in the morning, I dressed up, and I slept under the bed. And then I set up an alarm. My tuition used to end at 7 a.m. in the morning. I would get up at 7 a.m. and I'll go back to the home, to mom's room. So she will think that I went to tuition. And I never told her that all this time I was sleeping. I was not going to the tuition. And it's not a good thing to do. So you don't do it, okay?
I'll tell.
So that's my secret. I hope you have a secret too, which you would like to share with us. Do write it down in the comment section. And we'll see you tomorrow with story number 104. And you don't tell Nani about it, okay?
Okay.
Okay, guys. Bye. Take care.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
Bye. See you tomorrow.